some reason, there's always a delay bringing the wallpaper in for some reason. Not quite sure what causes that. And good morning, Dolo. First in. How are you today? Good to see you on board. And we'll wait for everybody to catch up and get going.
Good morning, Dolo.
Mr. Ogden's here in the voice chat. Yeah, so for those people who are not familiar, in the description box below there's a link to the Discord if you know how to use Discord. Family Thai channel, Western Relationship. G'day, Paul. How you doing? How's lockdown going in Victoria? I think you said Victoria. Yeah, I've got to keep track of all these people where they live. It's one of the biggest challenges, it really is. And Mr. Andy Stubbs, yes. How is very south North Korea in Victoria?
Very south North Korea. What?
Oh, basically it's the state of anarchy in Victoria.
Oh,
basically, basically, if you go, people I've seen like crazy. I've seen live people going on YouTube, not YouTube, or Facebook. Live streaming onto Facebook. Sort of saying they're going to go to rallies tomorrow, and then 6 hours later they're having their frickin' door bashed in, right, and being carted off by the police just for saying, and basically they're being raped over the coals for inciting people to break the law or something. Is that even a frickin' law? I said the world's gone crazy. It's just fucking lost its marbles. Yeah, that's right. Melbourne is fooked. Thanks for asking. 4 a.m. in Scotland. Time Tammy Kang. Robert Milligan, how you doing? Isa Brobrich Moonlicht nicht. So morning, Warren. Yeah, William Paul, g'day, how you doing? Michael Wright, yes, and who else we got? Anyway, so while people are tuning in, let's go and have a look. What can we start with? So we got. Well, and I turn that off. Anyway, so while people are tuning in, the double loop of audio floating through things. Where are we going? It's always like I like to start out with my funny bits for the week. So what do we got? That view as a visitor. I think how you see it. What does it look like? Kids. Well, let me get it on the screen again. Small. Yeah, there we go. Kids today will never understand how much work we put into making these things. Who remembers making this shit, huh? I remember making mixtapes.
Oh, mixtapes? Yeah.
Kids these days, Spotify, no problem. Making a mixtape or a playlist, so easy. Back in the day, that stuff used to drive you crazy. And then the next thing you know, your tape recorder would eat it, and all the work is gone. I even remember the day that they, when you can actually buy the player that has the two reels, and you can actually do reel-to-reel recording. So you could just put the mixtape in one side, and you can actually make a backup. Then you'd work around with the backup so your original didn't lose quality. And the work we went through in those days. Who can relate to that? I don't know. Was it just me?
Well, I was never crazy enough to get into making them.
You're never that crazy enough. Tell us how you feel.
I would record off the radio.
Well, that's how you made it. Yeah, that's where you got the songs for. Yeah, so I remember I had my deck was about maybe 15 inches long or 12 inches high. Had the reel to reel and it had the thing, and you'd sit there and you'd wait for the song and you'd bung, record it, and then you'd have to know the song to know when to stop it. You hit the stop button, right, and then you'd go to the next song and so on and so forth. And then that was your mixtape, and then you take that tape and you put a blank tape on the other side, and then you make a copy of your mixtape so that if it got eaten by the tape recorder, you can always go back to the original. The work we went through.
You were fancy. You had a dual deck, huh?
I had a dual deck, yes. Even my Marantz system had a dual deck as well. So I think it's a dual deck. I do have one on top of the other. I can't remember. It's so long ago. So long ago.
See, I was lucky. My brother was a DJ in California for a while. And he recorded all of his sessions onto reel-to-reel.
Hmm.
So he had an entire wall of these 9-inch reel-to-reel tapes.
9-inch.
All of this music.
Yep. Traveller, a new tag there, Mr. Traveller. Is this live or Memorex? And we've also got Mr. Patrick. He's joined us. Dilbo Baggins. He's joined us. Mr. Mitch. G'day, Mr. Mitch. How are you? Great to have you all along. Those were the days. I had a double tape recorder on IMB, yeah, or I think IMG. It took forever eating tapes, rewinding it there with a pencil. I haven't got that picture.
There for a while, I even had a high-speed duping deck, so it would take an hour tape and record it in 15 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't think they really had the same quality. If you didn't do it at normal speed, right? It was just always a little bit off, because I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. No, I tried.
You were one of them there audiophile people, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I had a decent deck, but there was the high-speed dubbing. I think it was double speed. I don't think it was quad speed. It was double speed, and you could always just tell that the phase of the voice was just off. You know what I mean? Yeah, Patrick rewinding with a pencil. I know when they'd fuck up, and then you'd sit there, you'd pull the tape out, and then you'd have to feed it back in so that it got rid of the creep. Oh my God, kids these days they got no idea.
What was really fun would be to take your buddy's tape out and pull it and then let it go out the window.
You nasty person.
They had poor taste in music. What can I say?
I don't know. I think this dog here on this picture here is American. What do you reckon? Beware of the dog. I don't know if you can see the dog in the chimney there.
Oh, it's got the sniper's dog. Yeah, that's got to be a U.S. dog.
Yeah, I think the world has gone crazy. This is my childhood. If I did that as a kid, my next picture would have been an X-ray.
I don't know. My next picture would have been an obituary.
You think? Oh, kids these days. Oh, maybe I'm just too old for this planet sometimes. The 8-tracks were best. Songs would fade in and out, clunk, fade in. Yeah. I never actually had to put up with the 8-track. A friend of mine had one in his car, which seemed to always, chew up everything that he put into it. But
good idea, bad design.
Well, they came out before. The normal sort of quarter 1/8-inch tape.
It was before cassettes.
Yeah, cassettes. Yeah.
Because cassettes killed them.
Yeah. Yes. That's his nose. Yeah, that's his nose picking. Fun fact: women spend more time wondering what men are thinking than men actually spend thinking.
Pretty much the truth.
Follow me for more good ideas. I use a pickle. Mr. Mitch, really. Another anti-Facebook one. The truth will set you free, except on Facebook, where it'll get you a 30-day ban. Oh, but isn't it? That's the way it's going, isn't it? The world is just going completely crazy. I booked my flight through Penn. I had this article that where's my page? Let me sort of go to my page and bring this article up. That where is it? Yeah. When I caught up with Susie yesterday.
I see Lucifer in the background, but I don't hear him talking.
Mr. Lucifer, how you doing?
Not too bad. Sitting here, listening, watching.
You're
Lucifer's
probably
another.
too young to remember cassette tapes.
I
Lucifer,
used to have a Walkman with the cassettes and whatnot.
Lucifer's another one of our new Aussie friends playing our ridiculously new game. Or actually, Lucifer's been playing it through the alpha stage called Dual Universe. My week has been completely ruined by that game. I've got nothing done.
I took a whole day off work because of this stupid thing.
Don't tell.
It cost me $100.
I quit my job. What are you talking about?
You quit your job to play Dual Universe. Seriously. Look, I did make reference to this one here in my video I released last night, which is doing pretty well. But yeah, Facebook threatens to block all news from being shared in Australia. I don't know if you caught this. Like, there was a recent article that came out with Google along the same veins, where like the Murdoch Foundation in Australia are lobbying seriously. They're lobbying government because they say they're losing money to Facebook and to Google because Google and Facebook allow sharing of their ad articles. Well, keep up with the times, Mr. Murdoch. Learn how to use the freaking internet, right? If you don't want people broadcasting your news articles on social media, then you put a paywall in. That's how you fix the problem. Don't lobby the government to make rules that ruin everybody's life. That's the end of the story, guys.
Cheaper for him to buy a politician than to fix it.
Takes nothing to fix it. Look, you're a coder, Lucifer. How long would it take to put a paywall in front of one of the online news articles? Takes nothing.
Wouldn't have to. Like news agencies used to earn money off advertisement. What stops them from putting advertisements on their publicly available videos?
Yeah.
That's what everyone else does. You have to either evolve or die, and I guess they're dying.
They just die. But as I said, Facebook, even in this article, Facebook sort of says that Facebook. Well, we're just trying to find where it was. They did an estimate of how much click through, the news circuit gets from Facebook feed, which means Facebook are sending them new traffic to their news site, and they just don't know what to do to leverage it. They are just so behind the freaking times, but they feel it's better. We own the politicians, so we'll just make new laws to prevent Facebook. Well, Facebook in this article has said, well, get stuffed, guys. If you do that, we will just turn off Facebook, and we'll turn off Facebook sharing in Australia, which means it's going to ruin everybody's life. And again, as I said in the video, that's probably make half of Australians probably happy with joy the fact that Facebook will be shut down. You know what some people like with Facebook, but yeah, this you got to get onto this stuff. You got to lobby your constituents and to say, get real. It's easy to fix. If the news tabloids or the online news circuit are worried about losing people, they either need to put paywalls up or just grow with the times and do advertising. That's how you do it. But not Murdoch's Murdoch. They just feel that they won't grow up. They won't change with the times. It is ridiculous.
Right. It's easier for him just to buy the government.
Yeah.
Even though it wouldn't be that difficult. It's just that's his solution.
Australia, the nanny state. I'm glad I don't live there anymore. When you move into Thailand, Lucifer.
No.
No.
I like Australia.
You like Australia?
I like four-wheel driving.
You like four-wheel driving? Yeah, that's the four-wheel drive. I don't know but there is some four-wheel driving that gets done here in Thailand. But it's not like doing four-wheel driving in Australia. That's for certain. William Poole, it's a changing world changing for the worse. Idiots in the minority spoiling things for the majority, and losing freedoms through it. Yeah, tell me, William. It's just the world has gone to complete pot. Yeah, what was the next one what was the next funny thing? There we go. If 2020 was toilet paper.
It's only slightly abrasive. I think I told you, it's like, you were mentioning the other day that you had to use toilet paper at one of the local establishments, and how disgusting it was. Well, I actually had to use it at the local Home Depot, and it was like, oh, I much prefer the bum gun.
Okay, so Lucifer's probably not really familiar with what a bum gun is. A bum gun is a squirter, like a handheld bidet, which you just basically spray water up your crack, and it cleans all the brown stuff away, It's a really it's like, seriously, once you've got a bum gun, you'll never go back to paper. But yeah, like the Emporium, which is probably a 5-star, shopping mall. It's one of the most prestigious in Bangkok. All their toilets are paper only. There's no bum guns. God, it's like wiping your ass with freaking sandpaper. Anyway. There we go.
I love those non-political posts.
Please enjoy these non-political posts.
I don't know. It looks to me like that post, the third post down, is leaning to the left.
You think so? I think, well, Adrian truly had, that gap between the third and fourth post, it offends me. And then Mark sends around and says, as a farmer's son, the owner of that small rural property, I'm also offended by the state of those posts. So he can't please everybody. I particularly like this one. Somewhere someone is showering with a mask on. That just really describes what we think about the world these days. It really does. Sturgeon in Scotland, SNP, trying to outlaw free speech and even free thinking. Really? It's going crazy, really. What's going on with the world? Recent CDC reports are saying the fact that the lockdowns are actually having a detrimental effect on the spread of the virus. And the virus is, I don't know what they're doing. I'm giving up trying to even follow that shit now. Every day it's a different article. Breaking news: the new virus found in Melbourne more deadly than the bullshit one that's going around. It's called the Andrews virus. Apparently no one is immune. If you don't know the Andrews, that's the Victorian State Parliament head of Parliament or whatever his name is, a real dick. I think him and Trump go hand in hand, don't they? David SK, good morning from North Korea, Melbourne in North Korea. Poor guys down there. I really sort of hate to be. Anyway, so look, the title here. This planet has this planet gone lost as marbles? I want everybody's opinion. I just think it's just completely gone to pot this week. It's ridiculous. I want to know what everybody else is thinking these days. What did Johnny Siam's Johnny Siam is in the house. Go ahead, Johnny Siam. I don't know. Can I play an ad for Dual Universe? Videos. There's probably a few good videos out there, but YouTube Dual Universe official trailer. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's quite good.
When the neutron star destroyed Earth.
I won't do the audio because that usually gets a copyright strike. But basically, it's an MMO space-faring game. 4 years in the making, wasn't it, Lucifer? 4 years it's been out, been alpha.
Yeah, it's been a process for ages.
I thought of backing it, but the thing is, like, they only had sort of certain play weekends, and it really didn't suit my style. Coming on when I got other things to do. 1940. Thanks very much, Cup and Markup. There's the first super chat for today. Don't be scared to, if you feel inclined to hit that super chat buttons down below. But I'd rather you come and join us in the Discord and have a chat. But yeah, it's a game where you build everything and everything becomes, it's just, yeah. It's a bit buggy at the moment. It's still in beta, but it's now public beta. So Lucifer was kind enough to actually send me an access key, which gave me 12 months, my first 12 months for free. So it's been a lot of fun and a lot of time wasting. How much time?
It's invested, exactly.
It's invested time, you think, is it? Really? Yeah. So basically, you got
what else were you going to do? Attack another dragon in Guild Wars 2?
Yeah, we're going to see. That's what we do in Guild Wars. We just go and kill everything. But this one here, when does the PvP stuff come into it?
Technically the PvP is already existing for ship versus ship. It's just Avatar versus Avatar doesn't exist at this current time.
Yeah, we got no guns or something. Is that how it works?
You do have ship-based guns.
Yeah, I
so
saw
you
the
can
ship
blow up other people's ships. You just can't players versus players, like individual characters.
Yeah, at the moment, yes. Still in very much a beta stage. But yeah, you get massive ship fleets and everything else, and of course we've only got how big's our corporation now, or federation? 15 players.
19 people.
19. Well, we've actually got a few more, have we? Okay, good. So we've got 19 players.
The Romanian.
Oh, the Romanians have joined us. That's right. Yes. We've also got another. So we got David Agramanis. He wants to get involved as well. Unfortunately, his time zone really doesn't fit everything else, and he's always working. But yeah, so you basically you build and design your own ships. It's a lot of fun, and it's massive. When we've only got one solar system now, right? Is that correct, Lucifer? This one solar system.
There's currently one solar system, but the one solar system has various amounts of planets and moons and other celestial bodies that you can go visit. So.
But of course, there is a tab there that sort of suggests that they're going to have more solar systems that you'll be able to warp to. Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah. Or a bit of warp or travel there the long way, which I won't recommend.
Well, we don't travel at light speed, do we? Or warp speed? I suppose the warp travel might, in fact.
You can travel up to 30,000 kilometers per hour, which takes a while.
Yeah, of course, solar systems will be light years apart, so we might not make it in our own lifetime. But yes, hopefully we'll have warp drive or wormhole travel. But anyway, I bet this guy, I bet he's buying some I guess clearly had none, given when he left the house. Oh my God. Of course, whiskey isn't everything. You still need frequent sex and the odd nap. And of course, when you get to my age, those seniors naps at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they are so good. I haven't had any this week. I'm a bit edgy. That reminds me of Robotech. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I drank some bleach today. My guts are killing me. That reminds me of Robotech. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Luke, you're feeding the audio back in. My guts are killing me. Go to headphones if you could. A little bit, yeah. Luke, you're feeding the audio back in. My guts are killing me. Let me just go to headphones if you could. Let me just mute him for a second. Luke, yeah, so Luke, if you can hear me, just make sure you either turn the audio off. Watch the stream in the Discord so you're in the same timing as us, and that usually prevents the feeding back. How's that going? Watch the stream in the no, he's still got it feeding back. He's not watching. We'll wait for him to catch up. It's always one of those little technical challenges. If you're watching the stream on YouTube and you've got open speakers, it'll feed back into everything, and then of course it just does this looping. But yeah, most of us get the hang of it. Today, no, he's still got it. He's still feeding back. I will leave him muted so you don't hear him. Obviously, you'll have to do something about that. You'll probably hear him if he turns it off. Tell me. Oh, actually, I think I'll have to see if. Oh no, he's off. He's done it now. Good. Unmuted by you. Look, I'll give him a server mute. I'll give him a server mute while he's here because it probably frustrates everybody. Yeah. It's sorry about that. We'll check him in 5 minutes. Particularly, I got to have this. I think everybody in Melbourne needs to buy this T-shirt. I don't need sex. The government fucks me every day. Solar, Johnny says, solar systems. I have two. One in the house, one in the caravan. A friend of mine just started his own business in Afghanistan. He's making landmines that look like prayer mats. He's doing well. He said profits are going through the roof.
No comment.
No comment. I caught this one. I had the meme, that one myself. Planking level, legendary.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. We found the looters. There they are. There's the looters. How much money they've made in the last 6 months. Ridiculous, isn't it? Anyway, so like, I really have nothing prepared. I was going to hopefully that you guys were going to lead the conversation and sort of, you know. I want to get back and play my game.
Speaking about Dual Universe, I gave you the map of the universe if you want to see it.
Oh yeah, where's that?
In the Discord.
Oh, there it is. There, okay. So what have we got? So there's the yes, the rep and original. Yes, that's the solar system we've got currently, and yeah, so we got what?
And you can see there's a third tab at the top of the map that says space.
Yes, that's that.
Currently grayed out.
Currently grayed out because we haven't expanded from there. But at least, you know, like they've got that much. They've got that much in 4 years, as opposed to, you know, I think we've got 5 planets and stars. So this in 7 years, you know. So we're doing.
You get to see other players.
You get the other side of the players, and you don't have to try to find out what server your friends are on. You just jump in, and it's all one universe. It's a lot of fun.
So what do they call it? Dual universe if it's all one universe.
I'd have to say, why is it called dual? D-U-E-L? Is that for
No, it's
dual?
D-U-A-L.
Is it D-U-A-L? Okay, yeah. That's dual. Okay, it's not D-U-E-L.
Maybe it's because they're trying to insist that it's a replica of the real one, you know?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's like second life.
Stems in space.
Yes, it's like Second Life. That's what I thought was good about it. It really gave me a very, very. Where's Uranus, Dowlow? You'll keep.
Gave him a Woody is what it gave him. He's like, oh boy, this is just so cool.
But yeah, so like, you know, I've been playing Second Life for about 13 years, and I've always thought Second Life could be done better, where you had one universe rather than, you know, each of the Sims, which were 256 meters square. Although you could travel between the Sims in certain sort of situations, there was always that sim crossing lag. Oh my God, they just swap servers. At least they've actually solved that part of the game, which is quite incredible, where there's basically seamless travel, where you're on the planet and you basically launch into space, and it's seamless travel between planets at 30,000 kilometers an hour if you build your ships right. Was that on Scott's feed? I don't know what you mean. So but yeah, so I did stream it on my gaming channel last Sunday. We'll probably do another stream of tomorrow if we get everybody on board and we've got some shenanigans going on. I got to get cracking on building my space-bearing vessel. Get involved in some mining activity as well. Last mining run I went in with Lucifer, so we went to the moon. Somehow I got dragged out of the ship somehow and found myself rezzing 10 kilometers underneath the planet. Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Gotta love beta.
Gotta love beta. Gotta love beta. Most recently the problems, I think since about Wednesday or Thursday, just these constant disconnects, you know, the networking disconnects. Now we're chatting on Discord, no problem there, so it's not my network. But somehow we're disconnecting from the from the Due Universe network, which is a bit frustrating. Not quite sure what's going on there. They're on the Amazon cloud. They shouldn't be getting disconnects. It must be code based.
They need to upgrade their Amazon plan.
Fill a condom with rocket fuel. Don't worry. No, is it you, Lucifer, or is it one of the other guys that reckons all the ships in Dual Universe look like dildos?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Tell me you're wrong. That's right. What is it? It's just this phallic, guys playing space games. Everything has to look like a dildo. I'm going to do a delta wing, okay? Just so I don't have a
I think I'll do a giant flying vagina.
Yeah, you're right.
My female tune will show up in a big old cooch.
But as I say to everybody, like the Saturday live streams is just a chance for everybody to join in, come and say hello, and feedback, live on the channel. The video I put out yesterday is doing really pretty well. I don't know if you're familiar with this one. So right now, what do we got? We got 874 views. If I go to my stats on the dashboard and pull up that video, where is it? Go to video analytics. Yes, it's actually doing almost twice as good as average. I think there's some good keywords in there, but do I think I'm gay? It's just that was really just a rebuttal video, because I still get these people coming on. Do you think you're gay by dating a transgender? I don't even think about it. She's a woman. Crazy stuff. The world seems to have just lost the plot. I don't know. They live in a cocoon somewhere.
Exactly, Johnny. It would be the black hole. That's what I'll name the ship.
the black hole.
The flying vagina. Name it the black hole.
Yes. Anyway, so enough of my. Yeah. So we got the thing. The show started. We're half an hour into it. What are we going to talk about today? Yeah, you liked that video. I said I talked about that issue, and I talked about the issue in Melbourne with the Andrews government and the difficulties of the Murdoch Foundation trying to sort of take away your freedom rights, which is sort of which is going hand in hand with what's happening in Melbourne right now. God, such is life. Luke M, did you solve Luke? Did you solve your audio problems? I can bring you back into the voice if you want. Let me just sort of see. Has he solved his audio problems? I don't hear myself in the background anymore. Okay, I think he's got
Luke,
him.
how's it going?
G'day, Luke. How you doing? You'll join us in a second once he works out. Press the other button.
Hello?
There he is, yeah. Well, you were feeding back. I had to mute you so that we didn't, get the crossfeed. But anyway, so how are you this morning?
I am fine this morning at 10:30 p.m.
How's your late night? Yes, exactly. So you're from you're Texas, aren't you? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's it. He's our Texan, our token Texan for the day.
Yeah, token.
I'm only 2 states away from you in Arizona. So.
But that's not Texas.
Yeah, I was actually born in Hawaii, but I lived in Texas 30 years.
Yeah, good.
You've even picked up the accent.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
David SK has asked, any tourists in Thailand? Not that we've seen. We actually had there was a new girl showed up at the meetup yesterday. She actually, I kept my mouth shut. She actually works for Citibank in Bangkok there in ASOC, or ASOC, as Stephen's always corrected me. I really had to bite my tongue because I was going to let her have it. I really was, but no, let's be nice. But
Nice, Warren.
But she's on a working visa, She managed to come in during the quarantine because, obviously some sort of business arrangement. She was from, most recent office was Taiwan, and she got transferred to Bangkok. So she managed to get in the country, but she's come in on a work visa, sponsored by Citibank. So they must pull some shoestrings or something like that. But as for tourists, no, forget tourists. They're still mulling this over with the whole Phuket thing, and letting quarantining Phuket from the rest of Thailand. That's the way it is. Look, and again, I really haven't been following it. I said, they'll say one thing one day, and then another news article comes out the next day, diametrically opposed to what the narrative is, and it's like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. So when it gets gazetted in then we'll know, because they've got to actually change laws, to let these things happen, and getting laws changed is a bit weird. Yeah, I haven't had. That's what I've been. I jumped straight into Dual Universe this morning. I didn't even do my social media before I started. There's a couple of dozen sort of comments on the channel. Everybody's on my side. Look, all the regulars, they know, and everybody knows I don't give a frick about the whole gay issue. I certainly aren't gay. I love ladyboys. Okay. Right, and when it comes to anatomy, I don't even think about the anatomy. I look at the personality and being able to have a meaningful sort of relationship with somebody, especially a Thai person, and I just think that they're just more down to earth and more real, and of course you don't have to deal with their PMT every 30 days. So. Unless, of course, they're taking too many hormones. That would be a good thing. Unless, of course, they take too many hormones. And yeah, don't worry, I've seen some of the girls. They really do. They overdo the hormones. They really do. No, I'm sorry. If you take that many hormones, you are going to have some serious life issues. It's not going to make your tits won't get bigger. I'm sorry. The people don't understand how genetics work, unfortunately. You are either going to find that the estrogen will help you with that, or it'll just completely be detrimental to your body. I know some girls have taken the estrogen and they've actually shown zero growth in that area. They might get better hair, but they get zero growth in their chest region. And they get really upset about it, because that estrogen is not cheap. I think a month course of estrogen is something like 700 baht. That's $30, and unless of course you're a working class girl, that 700 baht is still expensive in Thai terms, considering it's 300 baht a day is your minimum wage.
I'm going to talk to you a little bit later. I'm just going to get it.
It's all right. We'll be back in the game as soon as we get this over and done with. If we can keep Oggy up.
That's always a problem.
Texas guns and big hats. Nuns and big. Wait, let me get my glasses. That's a stereotype. I stayed in Houston for 2 nights. Yeah, okay. Charles Collins, good morning. You had any water up that way? From Bone Dry Eastern, okay. Yeah, I guess you're not getting any water. So we got Robin Robin Cha-Am says they get zero water in Cha-Am, right? And they really need it. He says he needs water to fill the pool. And of course we got Isan getting no water. Plenty of water up in Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, and Sukhothai. Sukhothai is currently underwater. David S.K. Warren, I'm bald. What can I take to grow hair? It's called Estremon. But unfortunately it has a side effect for guys in certain situations. You grow tits as well.
So you have a really lovely locks, but you'll turn
You'll
heads as you walk.
you'll have silky smooth hair, and if you go to Chanya's salon, she'll straighten it for you, so it all looks so beautiful. But yeah, unfortunately, you might end up with a nice set of 36 Bs or at least 36 As if you take well to the estrogen. Actually, no, one of our girls here in Thailand, in Bangkok, she took extremely well to the estrogen, and she ended up with C cup size,
Oh,
which is actually quite rare. But again, finding a Thai with C cup is rare in the best of cases. All right, I'm bald. What can I take for hair growth? Yeah, that's good. We did that one. So there we go. They had lots of rain up there in Chiang Rai. Yeah, so Sukhothai currently is underwater. I don't know if we can get any pictures of Sukhothai. Can we get any pictures of Sukhothai? Home. I don't know, these images, we got a timestamp on it, all sizes, sort of layouts, types, Thailand news settings. I've got to do it, maybe I've got to do it in Google. Let's try Google search.
I always found the worst part about rainy season in Thailand and the Philippines was I was taller than everybody else, so the umbrella everybody else's umbrella was at my shoulder.
Yeah,
So their umbrella kind of dumped on me.
Yeah, so there's flooding in Sukhothai as dikes burst. This is the situation we've got in Sukhothai. The communities along Yong River, Sukhothai were flooded. So yeah, our mother's land is currently underwater as well. Mind you, they're all on stilts, or pretty much all the places are on stilts. Torrents of the water from Nam Pram tore down a 50-metre concrete dike on Sunday. More sections of the dike were damaged on Monday, worsened the flood in several areas. Flooding's brought down 20 electricity poles along. So it's been quite a sort of serious situation. Can't actually show you. I don't think we'll find images of Mother's place. But yeah, it's well. No, here's me. Can't even show you the pictures. Yeah, so that's the concrete dike. That's this is the river. Normally that's bone dry when we go up there in April, and it's like it's 30 feet down. That river is at least 30 feet deep in summer. No, 30 feet deep or ravine, and that concrete wall is a retaining wall and is busted. But yes, and there's the main street in Sukhothai, looks like it. Oh, come on, bring that up. See if we can get a look at that one there. Yeah, sort of severe flooding in Sukhothai leads to closure of 4 schools. So at least a foot of water along the main street of Sukhothai there. There's the Sukhothai River. It's even overflowed the banks in the river there as well. So it's not looking very good up there, that's for certain. But such is life, And I really think they need to learn some engineering skills when it comes to those dike walls. Physics. It's a simple subject, you just got to finish. You just got to go to school and learn physics. Actually, I remember I think that one of the craziest things, I had a post on my Facebook feed this week about this Bill Gates, and I don't want to have a big argument, but seriously, some people just need to learn science. Bill Gates is creating vaccines that are going to have microtransmitters in them that are going to track your every movement. Physics prevents that, right? Simple, basic physics, right, to even transmit to at least 2 meter distance. It's physically impossible to make a microchip that's going to be planted in, because you need at least 1 centimeter aerial to transmit at least 7 feet, 7 to 8 feet, right? So how the hell are they going to get a GPS tracker on you? Really? It's a matter of physics. It's not a matter of conspiracy, guys. It's physics, right? Physics is physics. You cannot change it, right? Learn some freaking physics and get off your conspiracy theories, you bunch of morons. Oh, really? I really loved. Sorry, like seriously. Okay, I might have been good at physics at school. I did get a matriculation certificate to Admiral University, which would have allowed me to do applied physics because I was top of the class, all that sort of stuff. But seriously, physics is physics, right? No, you cannot create a nano chip, right, that can be implanted in the body that will allow GPS tracking. It is physically impossible. Physically impossible. The thing would be too big, right? And why would they bother? Half the planet have got mobile phones with GPS trackers.
Yeah.
It's already happening.
It's already there.
They don't need to create anything that goes under your skin. An RFID, right, is a zero power gain, right, and needs to be a near field communication, right? And that doesn't work because the freaking GPS trackers are freaking 300 bloody kilometres in the sky, you bloody morons. Really? Where'd people get off on these freaking crazy ideas? Oh. Go back to school, you bunch of morons. Learn physics, right, or just stay out of the freaking paddock. Anyway,
Well,
enough of my
Stu,
rants.
they could introduce nanomachines, and the nanomachines could go in and they could create the transmitter in
Oh.
your bone.
Oh, yes, they could do that, could they? Oh, yes. So they've got programmable nanobots now. Get off. That's science fiction, like it's 500 years away. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah. Or at least 50.
At least 50. Don't worry, I'm going to upload to the freaking net. Well, I'm going to upload to the cloud in 10 years, so that's it. I've got my long-term
Let's hope
plan.
so.
Hopefully I've made enough money into these game worlds that I actually continue to fucking pay my internet bill.
Well, once you get into the cloud, it's like, you just keep moving from space to space.
Yeah, game to game. That's what we want. We want to go and play this game. There's a day I was talking to the Slade last night. He says a mate of his is going to spin up a Conan Exile server. Wanted to know if I was going to join. I said, I really have got no time right now. The dual universe is taking every waking moment. Hopefully I'll get bored of the thing. As soon as I get a space-bearing vehicle and get blown up a few times in a space battle or something, I may just say...
You don't even need a space battle to get blown up. I've seen some of these crashes. Oh my gosh. Oh, some spectacular ones too.
Oh, we've seen some spectacular crash and burns.
I DC'd last night and my entire ship was destroyed. I had to restore everything.
Did you?
Yeah, my ship looked like a Reaver after I got through restoring the components. It was just like, oh.
Reaver shit. Had lots of rain up in here, so we did that one. Why did you cut off your tail? Why? Well, as I said, like my hair. I'm going to. Okay, so I remember it was a Monty Python sketch. I think they sort of said, if you go bald on the front there, it means you're a great thinker, right? If you go bald at the top of your head and in the crown, it means you're a great lover. But a person who actually goes bald at the front and at the crown just think that they're a great lover, and that was my case. My ponytail was a Wu Jin style. It was growing out the back of my head. It just like stuff it. It was too. I came to Thailand. It just became too unmanageable. That was the problem. High humidity. It just made my hair frizz. And I said, stuff it. It's all coming off. And quite thankfully, it makes life a lot easier. Honey. Number 2. It was plenty of Rayong's got a lot of rain. This Mark, good morning, Mark. Sorry, I didn't sort of see you there popping on to say hello. Rayongs have a lot of main, so that's all right for those places. Chloroquine, David SK, good for anything. Oh, that's for growing your hair, is it?
I just wish Trump would have taken more of it.
I wish he'd taken his own bleach. God, that would have solved the problem. Thought that was called the cell phone. Okay. In the words of Mr. Scott, you can't change the laws of physics, Jim. That's right. You can't change the laws of physics. Of course, that comes from a world where they had warp drive, which mathematically is possible, right? The mathematics and the physics behind it is totally feasible, right? They've calculated, but they need one thing. It's called negative, not negative energy. They need negative. I have to go back to my study. Negative.
Antimatter?
It's not antimatter. It's a negative state of matter. It's like antimatter, but it's a hypothetical particle, and the amount of energy, right? E equals mc squared. The energy to propel a vehicle or a space vehicle like the one we saw in what was that one? What was that recent one? The Interstellar movie. That vehicle, to propel that vehicle, would need the mass of Saturn, right? If you converted all the mass of Saturn into energy, right, E equals mc squared, that's how much energy you would require to bend the space around the vehicle. Of course, this is our own current knowledge, which, of course, the beings in Alpha Centauri might actually think, bunch of cavemen, bang the rocks together, guys. You'll soon get to do the math properly. Who knows? Maybe we got the math all wrong. But yeah, at the moment, yes, it needs a massive Saturn to propel a vehicle, to take a few lonely travellers to the next planet, or next solar system. Such is life. But physics is physics. Stuck in Florida. Good morning. How are you? Look, as I said, I keep on sort of saying. Last week I don't know whether something screwed up on YouTube. They turned off the chat, this live chat. I actually had to go back and turn that back on this morning. Hopefully, for the people who tune in late, they'd like to know the chat. And somebody was just saying they didn't like the colour of the names, being green or something. And so unfortunately, I can't change that. And the backdrop wasn't good. They couldn't see who was making the comments on the live chat on the capture. I've always do the capture. That just makes it a bit easier in case something screws up on YouTube, and something screwed up last week, so the live chat didn't get saved in the video. But yeah, so I managed to turn that back on. But yeah, so as I sort of said, this program is for you guys, and I said, it's an interactive thing, Unfortunately, Chanya's off to work all the time. Not much we can do about that. So, I'm the stay-at-home mom, playing stupid freaking video games, while she goes and works hard. Best investment of my life. 2,000. Oh, there we go. Luke M. Couple mark up. Yeah, best investment on life. 200,000 baht to get a set up in a salon. And I don't know, she makes what, 30,000 baht a month, something like that. So what's that, interest-wise? What to make 200,000 baht? Invest that somewhere else. I need to go and sort of sponsor a few more businesses because it's bloody doing better than. But of course, there you go, the little jingle. Unfortunately, I don't get that money back. It still works like it's money she makes, so it's money we get. It's her money, so it's my money, it's her money as well. But that's another story. But it was a good investment. I wish other investments would do the same. But long hair in Thailand is hard to work. Don't worry, travelling man. Good morning. Salons, the salons in Soy 110 here. She has a great treatment for you. She'll make it straight. The girls love her straight treatment, so the keratin straightening process. She does it really well. She just got to get over here to get it done. That's all. But as I didn't have enough on the top to bother getting it straightened. You get it back in nice. Fair enough. Yeah. So as I said, this Saturday morning, sometimes I got a big thing. Like I said, I've been off the planet. I've been in dual universe. I really haven't been paying much attention to the news. But the things I have seen, I think, God, can I get off this planet and go to another one? Like the shit that's going on in Melbourne, the shit that's going on around the place. People who just don't know physics, and I'm going, oh, really? That's why I escape into a second world. And I think, Oggy, you do the same. You do it for an escapism, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah. You have to deal with this crap. Yeah, so last week, as what I was getting at, the live chat didn't save, and a lack of thumbs up, guys, or even thumbs down. Go on, get those likes happening. Got 34 people on the stream right now. We should have 34 likes. Am I going to have to go and check? Oggy, go and check for me.
Okay, now you got 2 thumbs down. I mean, no. Here, I'll put it back to a thumb up.
Cheeky bastard.
18 up, 1 down.
18 out of 30.
20 up, 1 down.
Come on, hit those little thumbs up, guys. Where's
23 up, 1 down.
There we go.
26.
Jancy, that's a new name. I'm not familiar. Where is Chanya? She's working. I'm the slave driver. Go and make money. I bought you a salon, right? Go and make money. Get out of my house. So Luke, you escaping the Second Life. I've been trying to load Second Life for the last couple of weeks. It just won't res. I don't know. I have to dump my cache and see if I can do better. But Second Life, the performance of Second Life is absolutely crap. I can't even ride my motorcycles in Second Life at the moment. The performance is so shit. Please call Chanya. Well, can we call her? Okay. See if we can get her on screen. Come on. I can't do a video call with her because I've only got the one camera here. Where is it, Chanya? Where is she? Is she downstairs? I never thought about it. I can always say I can bring Chanya onto the channel this way, can't I?
Where's your pocket ring?
Hello, darling. Where you stay now?
What you want?
Where you stay now?
I stay toilet.
Oh, you stay toilet. in the house or in the shop?
In the shop.
In the shop. Call me back. Everybody say, where's Chanya? Everybody say, where's Chanya? I think I call you. She's in the bathroom. That's the trouble with buddy.
Interrupted her business.
That's the trouble with. Okay. So she'll call me back in 5 minutes. Okay, hopefully. Please call Chanya. Okay, so we'll get Chanya on the live stream. Luckier, how are you holding up in Melbourne, Andy? Yeah, it's a good question. How are you holding up? And Billy's joined us as well. Gotta love these cars outside with their speakers, don't you? Have you checked the house? Any house? Billy, have I checked? Well, okay, let me show you how the progress of the house is going. I might as well do that. Let's go to my photos. Yeah, so I'll give you a bit of a snapshot of the build. There we go. So here's the current state. They've started putting the walls up on the second floor. They're going the right way. That's the wrong way. So there's the walls on the second floor. We had the plans changed to get my little so that room here. I don't know if I can do a. Let me see if I can give you a bit of a. Right. So that room there. That window and that room size, that's 2.5 meters by 2.5 meters. That's that's my study room, which will become my little studio. And I'll paint one of the walls in the chroma key, probably blue, or people such use a chroma key green. It looks better for that outline rather than the blue outline that you get on the shadow. I don't know. I'm a blue guy. I can't deal with green. I'm colourblind. But yeah, so that's the current state of the house. Don't worry about the junk on the front. That's just that's how they build it. That's the row of houses. Looks like the roof's going on the one next door, or both on either side. But it's cracking along quite nicely. We're still waiting for the bank to approve Chanya's loan. We're fairly hopeful that'll come through. We just don't know when. But that's again, I can't control it. I can't get involved in it, and it'll be at least another year before we can get married if they change the law, if that goes through Parliament. So keeping you a bit apprised of the whole house hunting thing. I hope that answers your question, Billy. So we're not doing any more house hunting because we've found our house and they're building it. So we'll be popping out every couple of weeks to take photos, just to keep you apprised of the progress. Well,
how long of a commute is Chanya going to have?
That's probably in the morning. Well, she's going to the last kilometre is the worst for her. But there is a back way into Soy 110 from Sai C. So she can. It's probably 20 to 25 minute drive. She won't take a motorcycle. She'll be driving, which is the reason why I put the top box on my vehicle. Right. So I haven't taken photos. So I got that fitted on my bike the other day. Actually, I've got.
And you haven't taken a photo of it yet?
I haven't made the videos yet. I'm slack. I've got a week's worth of videos. I haven't encoded yet.
Looks kind of shabby.
Yeah, like yeah. Tell me. The top box. There we go. So.
So what we're going to do now is just
one
of the boys out there to actually. Well, we got home
Where
all right, without any real worries. Of course, here's the top box on the back of the bike.
There's the top box.
It seems fairly sort of blends in quite nicely with the shape and the line of the bike.
So that's the top box there. I think there we go. Chanya's back. Hold on. Wait, there she is. Hello, darling.
Hi.
Everybody want to say hello to you. Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Keep you happy. Good, Chanya. What you doing? What? Show breast? Why you want to show breast? Show everybody.
No, my dress.
Where? Go big. So show again. Come, show again. Oi. Hey. Mr. Mitch Mr. Mitch say hello. Andy Stubbs, he say hello. Who else is?
Hello, everybody. I'm good today.
You're good today. She's got a lovely dress on today. No customer yet?
Oh yeah. Now somewhere have take monk come. You see?
Oh yeah. The monk
Have
come.
A lot of people here.
Okay, yeah. And then people come in do their hair. Okay, good. William Poole said hello, and Billy say hello. Everybody want to see you. And you're the new chair. Oh yes. I got to yeah. She's bought this chair for the salon to take photos for her Facebook page because and they can get their photo done as long as they like the Facebook page. Business. She's thinking business. It's really good. And people taking photo now, darling?
Pardon?
People take photo in the chair?
Pardon?
People taking photo in the chair.
Yeah.
They like. Yeah.
Princess Alice.
Yeah, Princess Alice. You con ding dong. Anyway, darling, everybody just want you to say hello, so I think I call you.
Yes, thank you for talking with me today, and I hope to enjoy today.
Okay.
Everybody. Tony.
Bye bye, darling. Love you.
Love you guys.
See you again. Okay, there we go. We got a cameo from Chanya. There you go. Going back to the video. Yes, that's the top box. I think it looks quite good. I think that sort of fits in with the whole. Let me just turn the audio off. I'll turn the audio off. So it's I can put a helmet in there, and I can actually put my jacket in there as well. So it's a good sized top box, which means I can easily go shopping and put the helmet and jacket in the box while I go and do errands and stuff. So I don't need to take the car. The only time, so it won't be that inconvenienced. The 81 bus, I can take a motorcycle taxi down to the main road, and get the 81 bus in for my trips into Bangkok. Or better still, I can probably park the bike at the parking station if it's dry weather. Because again, I don't need to take the. I can put the helmet and the stuff in there, and away I go. So I know I'm not in the middle of everything, but yes, that video is going to be one of my Bangkok Insider videos, which is only available on Facebook and the web page. I just haven't put them together yet. I'm just too busy playing games.
Warren,
yeah.
I don't see the Kawasaki 250, Warren.
You don't see the Kawasaki 250. Well, I haven't bought it. It's still a pipe dream at this stage. Yeah, she loves taking photos, doesn't she? She loves me taking photos of her. Anyway, enough of that. And of course I've lost track of where I am. Everybody's saying hello to Chanya. Did I miss anything else there? Bunnings' business model is very successful. What's Bunnings are doing? Bossa Nova, good morning. Good to see you there. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button if you like this sort of style of stream. You always hit the super chat. It's always greatly appreciated. I need to buy my Emroy bun for the week. My Red Bull smoothies. I am totally addicted to those things now. I'd actually prefer a Red Bull smoothie over a cafe latte these days. I think that is going to be a bigger hit. And after 6 or 7 hours of gaming, you need that hit just to keep gaming. I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to buy myself a blender and make my own. What a novel idea. Billy, does she have many Farang customers? Well, we live out in Tyville. There's probably I can count all the Farangs I've met here on one hand, and they're basically guys. And we've had a few of the expats. Like I think Jerry's come out. No, Jerry didn't come out. He was going to come out and get his hair cut. But again, he's in Sukhumvit. He's on Sukhumvit 27, 25, Sukhumvit 29, I think it is. So why would he travel, 30 kilometres to Chanya's salon to get his hair, cut, for 120 baht, where he can get it done for 160 baht. So it doesn't even cover the hair, cover the MRT fees, let alone a taxi fare. But I know the girls that have come out, they're like, I think, Sarah came out and had her hair done. She thought Sonia did a wonderful job of her hair. She's just one of those girls that really takes pride in the work she does. And she's had 3 years of schooling, so she just loves. It's a thing of hers. That's it. It's something she's always wanted to do, and she loves doing it. So she takes care. And we've got rain. Oh my God! There we go. It's bucketing down. There you go. It's bucketing down. Sorry, can't send it down to anywhere. So it looks like I'm going to be sort of running late for my Emroy bun because it's raining. Unless, of course, I ride down the street one-handed, holding the umbrella. You gotta love Thais. How safe is that? I should do that video too, riding one-handed. Yeah, Chanya looks like a queen. I don't know if she's got any photos on her Facebook page. Let's quickly see if we got anything on her Facebook page. And I'll get out of the way. I know she's been taking some photos. Viewers a bit of it. She doesn't put any photos up. Jesus. She got the chair. She got the chair last week. She doesn't put any photos. She's taken some photos. She's got to get more active on it. I think she's been posting it on her own Facebook page. Yes, there's a picture of the chair, the throne, to have your photo done in, you know. I think she's only taken her own photos at the moment. But, that chair cost 10,000 baht, by the way. That wasn't cheap. There's Chanya in there. Chanya in a bikini. Sexy girl. It's alright, they are public, I can show them. They're public photos, okay. Emily? She's in patio. I don't want to have a conversation with you. Oh, frick off. Crazy women. Yeah, so... No, oh, go away. I'll mute you. Anyway, bye, Chanya. You so hit the jackpot with her. Very lucky man. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't say lucky. There was luck. The luck was in the meeting. I think it was just old school dating. I think we've just lost the art of dating with all these apps now. People don't know how to really connect with people on a physical level. It's just so electronic, you know. Hi, what's your name? Where you stay? You stay here a long time. You like sex? Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how dating apps work, and I really don't want to try. I'll keep the one I've got. Thank you very much. Thai ladies love Thai ladies. I don't think it's just Thai ladies. Thai ladies specifically in Thailand, yes, they seem to have taken to the selfie look quite well. And what's it? TikTok, making their TikTok clips. Really, God. Have I been to? Billy's asking. Have I been to Pisanaluk? That's the province to the east of Sukhothai. I've driven through it, but I haven't done anything there. We've actually driven through it for however long it takes to, that route, driving through it. Thai countryside looks like Thai countryside no matter where you are, but I've driven through it, never actually stayed there. Actually, I remember Kevin, rest in peace. He was one of his plans he was actually planning to actually move to Pitsanaluk. That was one of his long-term goals, which never really came to fruition. A bit of a shame, but he did have his sights set on that place, which meant the fact that if we'd moved to Sukhothai, we could have hung out together from time to time. But it looks like we're buying a house here in Bangkok, and Kevin's no longer with us, unfortunately. So such is life. Thomas Ogden. I'm talking too much, am I? You dropped off. I've got to go get some sleep. So see you next week. Okay, fair enough. Pandemic at Thomas Ogden. I've got to go, guys. Bye. So William Poole's out of here. Live in pandemic states of America. No plan to complete chaos. No plan here. Oh, no plan here. Complete chaos. Yes, I know. I think the whole world has just gone to shit. That's the whole planet's lost its marbles. Anyway, so I was hopefully sort of, have Stephen come along and we're going to have a bit of a chat today, but he's not with us. He must have got. I didn't put the video preview thing up in enough time. I think that was my biggest problem. Yeah, go to bed. We need you bright and bushy-tailed to go and build ships in dual universe, Thomas. So on you go, and we'll see you in the morning. See you in 7 or 8 hours, or thereabouts. If he gets 5, he's lucky. But yes, this program, I will be a bit more switched on next week. I just have got nothing prepared. It's always the last thought. My alarm goes up at 9:30, on a Saturday morning, half an hour to. Oh God, I haven't got anything ready. Shit. So what can I talk about? But that's the thing. This program's for you guys and girls watching. The program's your program, not my program. It's for you to interact, And I said, interaction works better if you come on the Discord. It's a fairly simple thing. Do I need to do another instruction video? I did one instruction video, which seems to have got lost on everybody. Maybe it was too technical, but it really is a simple thing. I know I'm a technical guy, but if we got Stephen Monash to use Discord, I can teach anybody to use Discord. It was a bit of an uphill battle for them, a couple of shots, but we finally got him working. It is a simple system, and although I'm online playing games currently, you might just need to ping me on the channel to say you're here, because actually I'm in another channel at the moment. I'm it's in the Chaos Network channel, because that's the gaming channel where our federation talks in, and that's what you do in gaming. So when you're playing games, you like to talk to the people in the game. That's how we do it. But although I'm not going to drag all them across to my channel, I'll go and join them in their channel because it's their federation. It's like it's their chat room, not my chat room. My chat room's for my YouTube followers and Facebook followers. And if anybody does drop in, I will drop out of that channel and have a chat with you in my channel. But I don't live in my channel. I will live in that channel while I'm playing games. But you just got to ping me to say you're here when you want to have a chat. That's how it works. It's just like Facebook, but better. At least Facebook aren't monitoring it, which is one of the reasons why I like Discord. It's unfiltered and unmonitored, so that they don't know what you're talking about. We can talk about anything without fear of retribution. Got to go. So we did that. Said Thomas. Blah blah blah. You have a new Patreon, do I? Oh, I won't bring it up. It's always embarrassing. But as I said, you're always with us, Luke. So it's always, I'm guessing you mean you. I got to get some more Patreon videos up. Was buying never an option for a couple? Okay, so we're talking about the Billy. We're talking about buying the house. The logic I'm applying to the house. This is just a bit of a snapshot of the way I think. I have zero worries about the relationship between me and Chanya. We've been together 11 years. And we are like two peas in the same pod. We think the same. She has her differences, and she's got her girliness of the things that she thinks about. But she rides bikes, like how many guys, does their girl ride bikes, Okay, she wants to sell the Honda at the moment because, she's not riding it anymore. And that's 200,000 baht we can get for that. That's a good, that'll buy all the furniture for the house. And she'd rather buy furniture for the house and do the house all up nicely than ride a motorcycle. So I bought the motorcycle for her. That's fair enough. That's her money. It's all good. I got my motorcycle in my name. That's my money. But as it comes to housing, right? No problem with our relationship, right? But we've got some weird relatives. There was, although I don't know the whole story, and there's always relative shenanigans going on, and there is family in Thai gets jealous very quickly. and Chanya's part of the family has been elevated in their social ranking to compared to part of the family, part of the extended family. And that extended family is not so much a divorce. I don't know whether it's divorce and remarry or I don't know how that works. I would believe it's technically a divorce and remarried, right? Left Pa's mother pretty much owning a property in Bangkok, which was then contested because of the way the Thai law works, and they were made to sell that, right, and divvy up the proceeds to that part of the family because the marriage breakup, yeah, and that's what Thais do to Thais. You think Thais do it to fucking Farangs? No, Thais do it to Thais. Right. Anyway, so that was the death that happened in the family. So if you got that happening in family where people divorce and remarry and then sort of force you to sell property because of divorce, if they do it to themselves, what sort of chance do you have as a Farang? Right. That's one side. The second side is Thai government. They could change the law tomorrow and say we don't want foreigners here anymore. Of course, it'd be a bad decision, but Thailand is synonymous for making bad decisions, right? And ultimately, I could get kicked out of the country, or they could decide that I don't know, we don't like what you've been saying on YouTube or Facebook, and we're not going to renew you. Like that almost happened to Richard Barrow. We don't like what you're saying about Thailand. We're not going to renew your visa. Every year, I've got to run the gauntlet and get the stamp on my book to stay here. So if they don't do that, then I'm out of the country. So if I bought the house outright, which I could quite easily do, right, then I've got a $4.5 million house, a $4.5 million baht house, which is a $200,000 house in Thailand, which I can't use. And probably have, if they kick you out of the country, what do I get kicked them? When can I get back in? It's up to their discretion. So I've got an asset in Thailand, which is basically an asset I can't leverage. I can't put on my asset register, right? It's just dead money. Okay, it'll increase in value, and I believe, in a long-term scenario, we'll be able to get everything all sorted out and all that sort of shit. But ultimately, it's a risk, and it's a risk I prefer not to take. The risk is not between me and Chanya. The risk is between me and the immigration, and me and the extended family, right? So in my mind, I'll put 500,000 baht down on the deposit. That's a security deposit on the house. That allows the bank loan to go through in Chanya's name, and it's totally Chanya's house. It's her asset that she can leverage in her life. I'm not going to be here forever. 15 years from now, I could be dead. At least she has an asset that I've contributed to. She has to deal with the 15-year future, and then to say, well, she has to service that mortgage and all that sort of stuff, because that's how it'll work. Depending on how much money is, I've got my daughter as well. If I pass, there'll be a 50-50 split between my daughter and Chanya and of the leftovers, right? And what she should, that's how it all works. So you've got to think about those. You've got to think about all those sort of things. And if you don't think long term, then you're open to a world of hurt. You really do. I just think long term. In my case, that's the long term strategy. I am secure, right, in the fact that I'm paying a mortgage, right, and the mortgage is obviously going to the money goes to the bank, but it's paying off an asset in her name, right? And if the family have an issue, right, then they have to service the loan. So I doubt very much that they would contest it, if you know what I mean. They won't contest anything because they're left holding the bag of servicing a loan for a house. So it's like that's a bad decision, really. Thais don't, when it comes to money, Thais don't make too bad a decision when it comes to money. And secondly, if the government kicks me out, then I'm just to say, well, I need that money that I'm paying here. I need that to pay my rent in Australia. I got to have to board with somebody. I don't have a house in Australia. I'm going to have to go and live with somebody. I can maybe live under the stairs in Stephen Monash's house. I don't know. I've been offering him to live under the stairs in our house. Maybe I have to live in his garage or live in his shack. But I'd have to help him pay his mortgage. I think he's actually fully paid off, but give him something at least for the privilege of taking the second room there. Or go and live with my mate Eric in Queensland. He's got a rental property, and I'd have to pay half the rent. So that's the strategy. That's the exit strategies in my life. Ship the motorcycle over to Australia, right? And then, sorry, darling, unless of course we can sort out why I got kicked out of the country, you're left holding the bag. So that's why I want her to be in a position to service the loan. While I'm here, I'm servicing the loan. Right, she has to take it into account, and she understands the fact that if something really bad happened, then she's left servicing the loan. She gets money transfer. I transfer money into her bank account every month, which covers that. That'll last, like it's $1 million baht there. That'll last for 3 years. In that 3-year period, she will have to deal with how to service a loan after that 3 years. That's basically, it's just the mathematics. It's It might be cold and analytical, but that's the sort of person I'm when it comes to money, and that's how I'm here. Effectively 12 years before normal retirement, because I make cold, hard decisions. I take risky decisions, and as you get older in life, your risk profile changes, and you take less risky decisions. I could go back to Australia. A couple of guys have headhunt me already. They know I knew I was back in Australia. I know I'm pretty much secured of working for a couple of organisations at a reasonable salary, because they know my capabilities when it comes to technicals. But as I said, they realise the fact that they can't get me out of my comfort zone here at the moment for any amount of money. Well, they could probably offer a certain amount of money. I would very consider it, but that's not a wise business decision, if you know what I mean. Paying me twice the salary that what the position would be worth. I don't think people make those rash decisions in business. They wouldn't be in business for long if they started making those decisions. So you got to look at the Hayes profiling. My skill set commands $130,000 a year. They know that. They might pay a little bit above that. But when push comes to shove, I'd rather stay here in Thailand and not have to worry about everybody else's problems. My life has been simple for the last 4 years, and I don't want to change it. Anyway, so hopefully, Billy, that answers your question about housing. And do I really need to do a single video about that? That's a good insider video that I could make. I don't need to go. It doesn't need to go public on the YouTube channel, but I could definitely do an insider video of that one and explain how that works. And if you think that's a good idea, I'll make the video. We get our roadmap out of stage 4 tomorrow. Do you? I thought they were going to extend that, Mark. I was reading that well, I don't know, maybe it was just Andy Stubbs' conspiracy theories. You need to change the name, Andy Stubbs. Andy Conspiracy Stubbs. 2 more weeks of lockdown. Okay, so you are thinking that there is 2 more weeks of lockdown. Scary shit. Give up with that crap. Andy, yes, I think you're right, but good man, take care of your woman. Super chat didn't work? I don't know. Well, I've seen 2 come through. But I know sort of certain locations, when you do it from certain locations, they can take some time to pop up. I think we've had at least I think Stephen Monash had a 5-minute delay for a super chat a couple of weeks ago because of some wherever you're connected to in the network, it's got to go through some authentication process. And if it's the first time you do a super chat, they want to see the money in there transferred out of your bank into YouTube's bank before they'll put it up, if you know what I mean. Not much. Good man. Mark Verdum. That's Sandy Stubbs. Talking to Andy. Talking to Mark. Hadesha Andy. Billy. Would other SE countries be an option? Good question. Look, I got a friend. I got a couple of friends. I got Robert Mack in Asia, who's currently in Texas or somewhere in the States until he can get back. But we've got Robert Mack in Asia, and we've got my mate Grant over in I can't remember where is he, Hanoi. So I got a couple of friends in Vietnam. It's an option if I could leverage it. But then, of course, it means border crossing, and all that bloody paraphernalia. I would rather try to sort of get back to Australia, try to sort out the shit that put me back out of Thailand, and that's a lot easier to do from Australia than it is from Vietnam in a foreign country. So I'd probably sort of that leverage. The go bag is really set up to go back to Australia rather than to a different Asian country. I'd prefer to stay in an Asian country, but my choice would be to go and sort of, shack up with my mate up in Surfers Paradise there. He's got a spare room, and I'm sure he'd only be too glad to have me help halve the payment on the rent. Until we sort the shit out, and then being in Brisbane, I could then sort of take up for me an option or two in those sort of situations that those offers are outstanding. I'm still standing there. While we sort of negotiated with some way of making that long-term stay, or getting I don't know. It's one of those things we'll have to deal with. I don't. It's going to be difficult. I don't wish it, but unfortunately, I'm sure we'll work it out. Might require some sort of spell work. You never know. Andy Stubbs, was going to try to, but didn't want to double it up. Don't worry about it, Andy. If it comes through, it comes through. It doesn't. If it doesn't come through, don't try double dipping. That's just YouTube. It's not me. It's just the way the process works. You can always, I used to say. There is a link in the description box there for my PayPal. I know it doesn't ring the bell, but if you want to pledge something, just hit me up with a PayPal, and then of course I get all the money rather than sharing 30% with YouTube. YouTube is just as bad as Apple. But that's another scandalous go. That's another scandal, isn't it? The Apple scandal, telling Facebook to pull their head in and stop telling the world the fact that Apple take 30%. Yeah, anybody, you people, Apple freaks. Wake up, guys. It's a con job, it's a pyramid scheme. Betty Crunch, big up Warren, check. Oh, really? Oh my God. I'm going to go to my email. Where's my email? Maybe I should keep my email open so to ping me. Patreon. So that's the Patreon. Luke M is not a warrior. It's the next one up. So that must come through. The other ones, I don't know how long that comes through. Maybe it takes a minute or two from. We'll keep an eye at it. Anyway, I take your word for it. It takes a few minutes for the email to come through from PayPal. But thanks, Bertie. That's always greatly appreciated. It's a classic. They always check. A lesson learnt at Mark Verdum. Should I have stayed in Bangkok in March instead of coming? Well, what I'm hearing, Andy, is there's a lot of people on those what they call amnesties. They don't know the difficulties. Basically, the way the law works, and I think this is where people are being caught out, they're going in to try to extend a visa that's expired, and technically that cannot be done. So what they have to do is they're trying to get other visas set up, and of course that requires them to either have certain stipulations, right? They either need that if they're over age, if they want to change a tourist visa to a retirement visa, they have to be one, over 50 years old. Two, they have to have the 800,000 baht in their bank for the last 2 months, right? And they have to qualify for all the security elements. So generally these people don't qualify for that visa. There is some shonky work going on where they can elect to take what they call a 3 month, what do you call it, was it not supporter, what's the word I'm thinking of, volunteer visa, a volunteer, so basically you volunteer to hang out somewhere 1 day a week, and that's monitored, the fact that you are going and helping out that cause once or 1 day a week. And if you don't, then of course that makes the visa null and void. But yeah, again, there's certain stipulations to get that visa issued here in Thailand. And so basically, if you're in the country, they had an amnesty, right? Unless of course you renewed that visa that you had in the time that the visa was valid, then you are in the country under amnesty on a non-valid visa. A non-valid visa cannot be extended. This is causing some major grief. This is the way this is my understanding. There is ability to change in certain situations. I get a new visa issued, but you've got to go through all the qualifications for each of those respective visas, like getting a business visa, right? Getting a retirement visa, getting an education visa, getting a teaching visa. They're all possibilities, but it meant the fact that you came in on a tourist visa. Sorry, that visa's expired. If you came in on an education visa, the point was you don't leverage the amnesty. You had to go in. They didn't explain that very well. Don't let the visa lapse. Okay, so technically my visa here expires on the 21st of September. The amnesty is available to the 26th. Right, so I technically, I could take leverage of the amnesty. But of course, if I went on the 26th to extend my visa, they say, well, I'm sorry, your visa's expired, you have to go. Sorry, bye. So, I'm actually doing my visa renewal next week, by the way. So that's how it works. And I don't think anybody's really explaining that very well, but hopefully I shed some light on the situation, so that helps. Bertie, I'm an old age pensioner. So again, you need to show the fact that money goes in, and that's part of the problem, is the fact that you need to show regular deposits of 65,000 baht a month for the previous 3 months into a Thai bank account, and that's a difficult one for you to do if you're in the country and you're on a different visa, because unless of course you're transferring that much money every month to live on, then it's going to be a difficult one to swing, if you know what I mean. Not many flights coming into us at the moment, unless you want to pay the yeah, I know. So tell me about it. The price of air tickets. Seriously. Any subs I signed for 3 months. Contracted. I only ever get 90-day visas when I return home to Thailand. So I would have been there under a, yes, yes, and my money would have been running low by now if I had been able to return. So as much as I had to say it, probably worked out the best, just missing, I can imagine, Mark, and that's the thing. It's a real shame, the fact that you've got family over here, and you basically, well, thank God for webcam and all that sort of stuff, but the physical contact really does play havoc with the mind and the heart and everything else. I dealt with the long distance relationship for 7 years, and I would not wish it on anybody. It is one of the hardest things, I think, in my life. It's probably one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with. I might have had a brave face everywhere I went, but it was really, really difficult. On an emotional level, on a physical level. I actually was diagnosed as, I actually had a sort of a breakdown there in 2013. There was a sort of an issue that I went to the doctor with. He prescribed me some antipsychotics to help me calm down, because I was just freaking out the fact that my girl's there and I'm here, and there was a whole bunch of shit going on and everything. It was just too much, and being away from the person you love is really quite difficult. Anyway, once I was diagnosed as having an ailment, then of course I focused more on my meditations, and I did a lot more meditative work and things like that. I was off the psychotics within 2 weeks, and I was able to keep myself level keel just with meditations, at least 30 minutes a day. That helped me level out, and within a couple of months I managed to sort of get it over it. But it was difficult, and of course by that time I got to get back to Thailand, so I know how you guys are feeling. It's not easy at all. But such is life. I get a payment from my super every fortnight. Money not an issue. Could have stayed and went to Malaysia. Ryan, you're 100% agree. We had Line and chat can't imagine life without it. Yes. Don't forget those first years of my relationship. We didn't have the advanced video conferencing we do these days. It was very, very raw. And for the first couple of years she had to do it from an internet cafe because she didn't have a computer at home that would do webcam. And she had an Apple phone then. She had Apple 3, I think it was, and that wouldn't talk to my Android. And I wasn't going to buy an Apple to be compatible to do FaceTime. Fuck that. Get real. My relationship's not worth buying an Apple for. That's how much I despise Apple. But yeah, I'll make do with the inconvenience rather than buy an Apple product. Excuse me. But yeah, so it was a tough one. It's a lot easier these days, but physical contact, guys. If you're going to do long distance, you need that physical contact. You just can't. It's just not the same. You know what she feels like, but your mind only goes so far. Just what she smells like. All that. It's part of the relationship game. And I still to the day, I don't know how anybody can build a relationship on one of these things here. What do you smell like, darling? You feel pretty cold to touch, darling. I'm really just missing that touch, But somehow, that's why relationships are going to shit these days, because people are relying on these apps rather than the old style. Talk to the person, go and have dinner with them, build a relationship. Maybe I need to do videos of how to have a relationship, I don't know. Billy, I agree, having to live in an LDR is tough. Amen to that. I totally agree with you guys. Anybody in it, my heart goes to you, I really do. Where's your Patreon? I'll subscribe to you. I know the difficulties. You got to do some videos though. My RoboGirl smells like a cell phone. I'm not going to go there. And they're not dolls. I found a meme the other week. They're not. You don't call them dolls. They're action figures. Sorry, that'll get me banned from YouTube, won't it? We are in Rayong, about 40 minutes from Pattaya. Yeah, it's a fairly long jaunt, especially on this weekend. It's a long weekend. We got 4 days. Oh God, an extra half an hour on PopeKael Road yesterday. Tell me about it. Yeah, the madness just quadrupled because we got a long weekend. This is the Songkran bonus days off, but we got some rains, but we got no water fights. We really missed our water fights this year. BBS and Fido. Oh my God. Remember FidoNet back in the day? Oh God, that was the 80s. Gotta love the 80s, FidoNet. Yeah. I don't think, really, in those days, I don't think anybody even thought about having a long distance relationship on FidoNet. It's just totally impractical. You wait 2 to 3 days for the email to get back to you. It was still faster than airmail, but let's not go there. Songkran made up days. That's it. Yes, it cleans. Anyway, I can go. If you're going to go talk, you're going to talk to me, or you're going to talk to yourselves. Birdie Crunch, Warren, did you see the video Steph Traveller made about your most recent video? He reviewed it on his live stream. Not very nice. Look, Steph can do what he wants. Steph has his own ideas. I don't belittle Steph for his. He's doing YouTube for his reasons. And I'll still happily, if he came to into Bangkok and at a meetup, I still quite gladly go and shake his hand. I don't have grudges. Right? People do that shit because it gets views. And as I said, that video itself is doubling the views that I normally get for a typical release. Right? It's a YouTube game you play. People got to understand it's a game. Right? My channel is a bit more about life, and it was just something that came up in my life. I'm not going to even bother going and seeing what he said. We've had our differences in the past, but we've sort of put that under the map and whatever. I understand why you do it, Steph. It gets views. That's why people do it. But will I do it? Will I ever go and belittle other people on YouTube? No, I don't see any need. I still quite support the idea, the fact that we should work as a team, right, and build up everybody. We in the Amway genre game, we called it edification, right? I never liked my uplines. One of my upline sponsors. Actually, my upline sponsor was an absolute jerk. The reason why I joined Amway back in the day was because they were offering a mobile phone that the mobile phone plan was a business rate as opposed to what you could get personally. So I joined Amway to get the mobile phone plan. 12 months into it, I said to my sponsor, I didn't actually talk to them. Actually, I think my sponsor dropped out, and I met the guy who sponsored him, which we had a better relationship. Anyway, in the Amway days, we had this thing called edification. I can say all the great things about me, but it's just deaf talk. No, that's just putting feathers in your own cap. But for me to edify Steph in Thailand and say, have you checked Steph out? In my opinion, I think he's one of the greatest vloggers out there. That gives Steph more power than what he could ever do on his own. But of course, we don't study the art of communication these days. Things like Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, How to Win Friends and Influence People. All these books, they are no longer in our current vernacular. I still have them. I've actually gone back to reread one of those books that I really quite appreciate. There it is there. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Chapter 1, The Fundamental Techniques of Handling People. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. But yeah, the app's broken. It's supposed to have an audio book because I was going to listen to it rather than read it. I haven't got time to read shit on a fucking mobile phone. Robert Groves, good morning! And Stephen Monash. Are you going to come and say hello? Because I was about to close the stream then. If you come on, Stephen, we'll keep the thing running. I'll see if I can go. I think there's 3 or 4 other apps there that'll do that. But people don't understand edification. You can give the power to somebody else, right? But try to retain the power yourself. just simply doesn't work, right? And you can fake it. And that's it. I think our upline direct, I thought he was a bit of a dill. But every time we were in a meeting or, we're talking to business or whatever, mate, this guy Renato, he was, mate, I don't know where I'd be if what Renato didn't help me with those issues, How much power did he just get? It might not have been true, but to somebody who didn't know the backstory, I just gave all the power to Renato, just from my edification. That's how it should work, guys. But again, people don't know these arts anymore. Nice. Good morning. Just got me. Oh yeah. How did that go? So I know you were in. I saw your video. You went in. Did it hurt much, Robert? Nice to meet you, Stone 7. Hope you're doing well. I want to see traffic lights on the drive. He showed me a picture of the gate he's putting in. Oh my God! Is it going to be gold plated? Andy. Okay, Stephen. Good day, Warren, and good day, Warren, and chat. Okay, Stan Campbell. G'day. How you doing? I reckon that would have been a classic. Andy Q. What's the definition of confusion? Father's Day on Phillip Island. Okay. Yeah, well, it confuses me. I don't know the reference. I haven't been following what's happening on Phillip Island. Phillip Island, didn't they have motor racing? I thought that's where the motorcycle Grand Prix was Phillip Island, wasn't it? So I don't know the reference. Would certainly confuse anyone. Spot on, Warren. Okay, well, yeah, all good, Warren. Not too much pain. That's nice to hear. Hope that doesn't come back and bite your ass again. Hope they got all of it out, because those cells can spread. Little sign, 5 miles to the door. Perth is definitely the most isolated city in the world now. Well, they've shut the borders of Perth too, have they? All I get is the conspiracies from Andy Conspiracy Stubbs about how Melbourne and the world's doing. You got to change your name, Andy. We want Andy Conspiracy Stubbs. It's quite easy to change that. We are blissfully in our own ignorance. Yes, I know. I overheard a conversation, and this guy said, "My friend ate shit sandwiches." I corrected him. I said, "He doesn't eat shit sandwiches. He doesn't eat bread." Barbara Warren, I think the reference is to the amount of single mums. The references to single mums. Okay. I've lost the reference myself. Correct. Yeah, Warren. Biopsy was all clear. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah. So, Stephen, are you going to come on, or we're going to shut it down? We've been going for 2 hours. Give me an answer on that one quickly. If you're going to come in, we'll keep on going. We'll see how Perth is going. If you're not, then we'll wrap things up. Got to get rid of the ending screen, closing screen. There it is. Anyway, it's been a good chat. We've had a couple of super chats there. Thanks very much, guys. And we've had something, a big one from what I understand. Refresh. I know how long it takes for you to security alert. John Carpenter. It may come through later on. It's just they go through checks and balances with that on PayPal. But yeah, so we've got a new Patreon. That's all well and good, and it's been a great day. So, Stephen, final call. Are you going to come on? Or are you going to sit there and wallow in your solitude in in sunny Western Australia. Okay, so Andy's saying goodbye. It's all good. That's been an interesting stream for something that was totally unprepared today, which is nothing unusual for me, really. Let me just quickly go to the live chat program. I wanted to check what we peaked out at, see what the stats sort of say today. What are we seeing? Analytics. I don't normally check this, but there we go. Concurrent viewers 34. We peaked out at 37 today. 278 playbacks. Might have a bit of stability issues, but we've still got a good following there. And I don't know. It's up to you guys. You want to keep going. Okay. All right, so Steve is saying he's probably having some technical issues trying to get on today. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up, and thanks for joining in, and hopefully we'll see you next week. And I might be a bit more prepared, have something topical to talk about. I think I might have to pay attention to what's going on in the real world rather than my second world. Anyway, I'm out of here, and we'll catch up with you next time. Bye for now.